It seems like everywhere you turn, you hear older adults, Gen Xers, millennials, and boomers, describing young people today in dark and despairing terms. In my 18 years as a developmental scientist and 13 years as a parent, I've heard it in the bleachers at my kids' games, in the boardrooms of major corporations I've consulted for, and by the water coolers at schools I've visited. They just don't care. They speak a different language. They're entitled. They're too sensitive. But imagine a world in which older adults interact with young people, aged 10 to 25, in ways that reliably leave the next generation feeling inspired, enthusiastic, and ready to contribute, rather than disengaged, outraged, worried, or overwhelmed. In this world, managers' work will be easier because their younger employees will be motivated and self-sufficient. Parents will be happier because they won't have to dread their children turning into teenagers. Educators will feel more successful and less burned out because they can reach a stressed out or disengaged generation of young people. And all the rest of us will be able to bridge the divide between the generations with confidence and without starting a war of words. The idea for this book grew out of a simple observation I made about a decade ago. Many beloved programs to promote youth health and well-being were shockingly ineffective. For example, in the mid-1980s, the U.S. federal government launched the Just Say No campaign, encouraging young people to just say no when they were offered cigarettes, drugs, or alcohol. Not only did the campaign fail to curb teenagers' substance abuse, but studies found it increased the appeal of smoking and other drugs. Next, the government tried the Drug Abuse Resistance Education, or DARE program. Uniformed police officers visited classrooms to communicate a zero-tolerance policy toward all illicit substances. DARE officers lectured students and handed out freebies, such as neon pens and fanny packs, bumper stickers, and t-shirts. At the program's height, 75% of school districts in the United States were using it. The problem? It didn't work either. Some studies found that the DARE program made students more likely to use drugs. In 2007, the Association for Psychological Science warned that DARE was on a list of youth programs with the potential to cause harm. That hasn't stopped DARE from continuing to be used in the majority of schools in the United States, including my own kids' schools. The more I dug into the research literature, the more I saw a similar story. I looked at attempts to reduce bullying or teen obesity, programs to improve youth mental health, or efforts to promote healthier social media use. Programs touted by experts rarely yielded benefits. Interestingly, the same or similar programs were often effective with younger children. I became obsessed with the question, why does our ability to positively influence the trajectories of the young suddenly disappear the moment puberty strikes?